It's a really nice day today. Wow. I don't even know what I'm going to speak about. This is really not a good background, but we're just going to wing it. Hi guys, this is Ishika. Welcome back to my channel. This is a very different kind of video. I'm sitting down and talking to you guys for I think the very first time. It's a completely unscripted, unplanned video. This is just an emotional dump. I have not been posting any videos per se for a long time on Insta or here. And I just wanted to come here and update you all, not because anybody cares, but because there are some things that I have been dealing with, and I just thought if I come here and share it, it might make a difference in somebody else's life who might be going through the same thing and finds the relatability thing. And I know that everybody has their own kind of troubles and own kind of problems, so we can all just come here and do a little trauma dumping session, I guess, and see how that goes. Because I don't know if you guys can tell from the title of the video, but it's been hard. Welcome to a story time slash emotional dump slash I don't know what. Okay, this is just a very unplanned, unscripted video. So I think this started a couple of months back. I had a very minor muscle pull, muscle strain. I don't even know what it was back then in my hip rotators, or you in medical terms groin, when I was doing a move in class. And the same thing kind of happened to me last year as well, but I rested it out. I iced it and I did all the precautions. After a week, it was fine. I went back to my normal dancing. So I thought I could do the same this time. Boy, was I wrong. It did not work out. It worked out for like a couple of days and then the pain would still come back. And instead of just resting properly, I worked on it more and did a very intense level of training. I kept training intensely even after that. A lot of my work commitments or my training commitments, I just thought that I should just push, because my body gets sore a lot. I tend to confuse the pain with the soreness a lot. So I thought it might also be the soreness, it's just healing. I had no idea what was going on. And then finally I was supposed to come back home for some time. Plus I also had really bad lower back pain, and I used to get it during periods, so I thought okay, that's kind of given, right? But it would also be there when I was traveling or while I'm sleeping. It had gotten really bad. So I have come back home now and we have gone to the doctor to show, and all of these symptoms have happened. We've got an MRI done. The MRI says that there's a joint inflammation in my hip rotators, which was, now you know why it was hurting so much. There was an inflammation in the joint. We went to a doctor and we were told that I have spondyloarthritis. So, anybody who doesn't know what spondyloarthritis is, it's just a kind of arthritis that affects your spinal and um, balancing joints, mainly your lower back, your knees, your hips, and your neck, all of that. Although we would not know it for sure until we get a blood test done. So, the doctor asked me to get the blood test done after a month of the medication. So we started on the medication. So I was given some pain meds, some vitamins, and one particular medication for the arthritis. In the middle of this, I got a very, very bad viral fever. And it was so bad. It was really bad. I had a very bad tonsil during that time, and I had a very bad neck pain. And when I say bad neck pain, guys, I have never experienced pain of this level. Trust me. Because it started from here and it would go till here. And after a few days, it traveled to the back of my head. And it literally felt like somebody has hit me with a metal rod, and the pain is just there 24/7. And I have woken up in tears that I just don't wanna. I hate waking up because of how much it hurts. Long story short, that was also solved. I was given some muscle relaxants and pain meds again, because none of the pain meds were also working for the neck. During the whole viral fever and everything, I lost a lot of muscle. I did not get any activity done. My blood count was extremely low during this time. And by the time I was almost up from the viral, I had a very bad allergic reaction to the arthritis medication that the doctor had suggested. So I had rashes all over my body and it was just uncontrollable itching. So the doctor asked us to stop the medication immediately, and we finally got all the blood reports done. Turns out I do not have the gene that contains the spondyloarthritis, which means I never had arthritis, or maybe it just subsided. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I don't need the medication anymore, is what he said, and he just put me on some omega 3 meds to maintain and eat good food, which I've always been, but what else? So that was my whole medical journey. But the story is not over yet. Now, the $1 million question is, how am I going to ace back to dancing? Because I'm scared for my life. I am not a very flexible person in general for a dancer. Forget dancer. I'm not a flexible person in general. I'm pretty stiff and I was working to get more flexible over time. So it made me push myself a lot. Now I don't know how much I'm supposed to push, how I'm supposed to warm up, what am I supposed to do this to strengthen my joints. So we decided to consult a sports physio. Now we went to the physio, and for the first time in my life, I felt like somebody understood me, because I understand the doctors know a lot of medical terms, but as a dancer who has such physically intense work, I felt like the doctors could understand my body, but they were not able to understand my mind. So for the first time, I went there, and the doctors were very quickly able to figure out what was wrong with me. I somewhere knew that that was the case, but it is different coming from somebody who is a professional. And of course, it all boiled down to I have to build more strength in my muscles. The whole thing is that my muscle is not strong enough when I'm doing such unpredictable and fast movements. The pressure or the force should come onto my muscles, but it came onto my joint, and that is why it ended up into an injury. If I wanted to come on the muscle, I have to strengthen the muscle, which is very true. I always knew this, but it's different knowing something and implementing something. So they suggested me rehab before I start dancing again. Now, now another $1 million question: am I supposed to do the physio here or go back to Mumbai and do it? There was a lot of discussion happening. My mother, of course, did not want me to go back. She wanted me to stay here and be with her because she thought she could take better care of me, and I don't doubt that, of course. But I just felt like I had built a life over there already, and it's been 2 months that I haven't been there. I don't want people to forget me, and that's something that happens in the industry a lot. Where if you're not constantly in front of somebody's eyes or not in contact, I do feel like people do forget, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's just so many people, it's very easy. The demand is there. I mean, unless I'm somebody very extraordinary, which I'm, of course, training to be, but am I there yet? I don't know. So all of these things were bothering me a lot. I thought maybe I could just go there and not dance and do something else. So I decided to weigh out the pros and cons of both the sides, and then I decided that I am going to stay here for the rehab, which is going to be around 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, it did demotivate me a lot because, like I said, I have built a life over there. My work is there. I felt very purposeless in my life when I got to know that I'm have to stay here for another almost 2 months. I have to work towards my body. I have to work towards strengthening it, but work wise, right? My mom really wants me to help her out with her startup. She is starting a new company soon. We're planning to launch next month. And now that I'm here, I've made up my mind. I'm really dedicated towards it for this month, and I'm gonna make sure that she does it. She has a full time job, so it is hard for her to pay attention to her business so much. So, with my help, I am hoping that we can make this happen as soon as possible, which I'm, of course, gonna tell you guys what to do. And I have some other opportunities that you may or may not see in the future that I can explore staying here in Hyderabad. So I just thought the pros outweighed the cons over here. I do plan on going there for a few days in between to meet my friends and teachers. And my dentist is there. So I miss I miss my dentist. um Anyways, so this is where we're at right now. I just wanted to give you guys a whole update. Now let's get to the part how I'm feeling. Like I said, I was really demotivated, but if I have this time here where I cannot dance but I can focus on other things, I'm really determined to go ahead and do all of that. I think saying demotivated is kind of an understatement because I've only started my professional dance journey last year. It's been about a year and a half, and having an injury at such an early stage in your career makes you feel so lost because I'm just starting out, right? I know in the sports or in the dance field, these kind of things are very common, and that's what I've been told, not to get demotivated over it because that's the life that I'm going to be living. And it's not a big deal. People and sports people do take breaks for even a year. But like I said, it's so early out in my journey. I do feel a little lost because of that. If you guys have been going through anything remotely similar, it does not have to be a physical injury, but some a slump maybe in your workplace. I would say that it's not you. Everybody in every field is going through something or the other. And I think it's more important for us to move ahead, looking beyond all the shortcomings that are coming our way. And I might sound very hopeful right now, but the same thing 2 weeks ago, I was miserable, trust me. I think the reason I'm making this video is because I'm so hopeful. Otherwise, I was not in the mood to create any videos, to do anything. Of course, I can't dance, I can move. So I'll try to start making some more videos. Maybe I can just vlog about my day, how I go about my day. I think I have been wanting to do these things for a while, and I think I have the time right now. I would love to do it, and I would love you guys to support it. Please do. I'll be looking forward to it. In all of this, I do want to share one very important thing, which is the things that have helped me through this time, okay? Things that have motivated me in a very demotivated time. I think nature has helped me a lot. I don't even go down that much, but just my balcony, looking out my balcony, it does calm you down a lot. So, in case you do live in a very urban area, make sure you have some kind of nature around you. It really does help. My friends and family have helped me a lot. I've had a lot of disagreements with them as well. It's been very frustrating, especially with my family. But the way they have supported and helped me, it's nobody's business. Emotionally, physically, financially, I'm so grateful to have them by my side. Love you guys. One very unexpected thing that has helped me a lot during this time is K-pop. Or any kind of pop culture. For me, particularly, it is K pop. Anybody who watches or listens to K pop might agree to this, but that world is a little different. And I used to be a huge K pop fan back in 2016, and I was very much into it for around 4 to 5 years till 2021. Once I went to college, the interest dropped off, but I still had a lot of love and respect for whoever I used to listen to, whoever I used to watch. And I recently got into it again, where I've been watching all the old videos that I used to watch as a child, I used to watch as a teenager. I've been watching them again. And even as an adult, I love it. So I think everybody who says only teenage girls listen or watch K pop are so wrong because I fell in love with them again at 24. So it definitely helps you. I don't know, it's just a very nice feeling. It feels like somebody cares about you. This parasocial relationship that you do create with these artists is insane. That's it. Nothing else has helped me. Nothing. I'm trying to think what else has helped me. Nothing else has helped me other than these three things. I've started physiotherapy, and let me tell you guys, she made me do some lunges and some hip raises and some squats, and I my thighs were sore. Can you guys imagine? Like that's it. मतलब मैं इतना अगर normally करती हूँ ना, वो मेरा warm up भी नहीं होता, और मुझे इतने से वर्कआउट में मेरा थाई सोर हो गया. So when I am working out, it feels like I'm so behind because of the 2 months that happened to me. I did not work out. I lost so much weight because I was so sick. And yeah, it feels like I'm starting from zero even in terms of my body, and it does. get a little sad, but here I am. Still, I'm so thankful to my parents who have supported me through this physio journey, and it's been great. Maybe I'll put up a vlog, something like a week in my life from dance injury recovery. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, this was a nice session. I feel really nice. The As I'm ending this video, the sun has shined upon me. Whatever the grammar is. Maybe the moral of this story is whatever you. Sorry, guys, my camera died. What I meant to say was maybe the moral of this story is that whatever you guys are going through, I'm going through worse. So just be happy about that, I guess. Just to stop the medic.